I'd like to call to order the Finance Committee for August 15, 2016. Could I have a roll call, please?
Chairperson Palafis.
Present.
Vice Chairperson Newell. Trustee Gata.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Vandenberg.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present. And thank you. We have a quorum. Could I...
I'd like to make a motion that we recess this meeting, go to the village board meeting for the simple purpose of doing the proclamations because people are here.
Second.
A second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We're recessed. Thank you.
Okay. Let's scramble shares around here. Okay. I'd like to call the second meeting of the month of August to order. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Gata.
Present.
Trustee Vandenberg. Present. Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Newell. Present. Mayor McLeod.
Present. Can you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. We'll go down to President's Report and just do the proclamations. So who's got the first one?
I have the first one.
Okay.
Do we want to wait?
Office of the Mayor Proclamation.
Do we want to do the first one?
Whereas exemplary public service employment is of vital importance in assuring provision and services directed toward the health, welfare, and safety of the citizens of any community. And whereas the fire department has upon its roster an individual who should be commended for assisting said department and faithfully serving the citizens of this community. And whereas length of service, coupled with continued training and positive attitude toward assigned job tasks, makes a profile of this dedicated employee. And whereas the Village of Hoffman Estates, on behalf of its citizens, desires to acknowledge its indebtedness and gratitude for 30 years of dedicated and proficiency in the aforementioned department, be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of the Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaimed Thursday, August 25th, 2016, Richard Wildhausen Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all employees and citizens of the village to join us in expressing gratitude and appreciation to this employee who may have assisted them with outstanding service.
Chief Jorian, is Rich on his way here? Or?
They're on their way, so we can delay it.
Yeah, we'll delay the vote on that. Can we do the next proclamation? Who's got that one?
Sure. Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas exemplary public service employment is of vital importance in assuring provision of services directed towards the health, welfare, and safety of the citizens of any community. And whereas the Finance Department has upon its roster an individual who should be commended for assisting said department and faithfully serving the citizens of this community. And whereas length of service coupled with continued training and positive attitude towards assigned job tasks make a profile of this dedicated employee. And whereas the Village of Hoffman Estates, on behalf of its citizens, desires to acknowledge its indebtedness and gratitude for 20 years of dedication and proficiency in the aforementioned department, be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Saturday, September 3rd, 2016, as Beatrice Falco Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all employees and citizens of the village to join us in expressing gratitude and appreciation to this employee who may have assisted them with outstanding service.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion and second. We really appreciate the great job that Beatrice has done for us over 20 years. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Beatrice, can you bring your family up?
That's a good place to be.
Want to introduce everybody, Beatrice?
This is my daughter Diana, and my husband Frank.
Great, well, welcome.
My son is in San Francisco. My daughter was bit by a bee in her eye, so she didn't want to come.
That is an ouch.
Great. You want to shake hands with everybody? Be sure to get a picture.
Congratulations, my dear.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, right? Congratulations.
Glad you made
For
it.
your service.
Oh,
Yeah,
get a
wow.
picture, Beatrice, with you and your family. You guys get in here too. Come in.
Right here is fine.
Come on in. All right, I'll count it out for you guys. Okay. Trying. I'll switch. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Get easy. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Great. Congratulations.
Who is next?
I am. Office of the Mayor Proclamation, whereas exemplary public service employment is of vital importance in assuring provision of services directed toward the health, welfare, and safety of the citizens of any community. And whereas the police department has upon its roster an individual who should be commended for assisting said department in faithfully serving the citizens of this community. And whereas length of service coupled with continued training and positive attitude toward assigned job tasks make a profile of this dedicated employee. And whereas the Village of Hoffman Estates, on behalf of its citizens, desires to acknowledge its indebtedness and gratitude for 20 years of dedication and proficiency in the aforementioned department, be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by the virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and laws of this Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaims tomorrow, Tuesday, August 16th, 2016, as James Johnson Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urges all employees and citizens of the village to join us in expressing gratitude and appreciation to this employee who may have assisted them with outstanding service.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
It's motion to second. We appreciate the great job that James has done for us. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Chief, we'll give this to Jim with our thanks. Mike, do you want to read the first one over again?
Absolutely. Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas exemplary public service employment is of vital importance in assuring provision of services directed toward the health, welfare, and safety of the citizens of any community. And whereas the fire department has upon its roster an individual who should be commended for assisting said department in faithfully serving the citizens of this community. And whereas length of service, coupled with continued training and positive attitude toward assigned job tasks, makes a profile of this dedicated employee. And whereas the Village of Hoffman Estates, on behalf of its citizens, desires to acknowledge its indebtedness and gratitude for 30 years of dedication and proficiency in the aforementioned department, be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and virtue authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of the Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Thursday, August 25th, 2016, Richard Wellhausen Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all employees and citizens of the village to join us in expressing gratitude and appreciation to this employee who may have assisted them with outstanding service.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. We really appreciate the 30 years that Rich has dedicated to the people of Hoffman Estates and to the fire service. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Come on up.
Starting on this side. Lieutenant, congratulations.
I can get a picture. Does you have family here with you? My wife's here. Come on up. Yeah. Want to introduce your wife, Rich?
This is my wife Jennifer,
Welcome, Jennifer.
27 years.
It's a different plaque.
Okay, we'll do the same. We'll switch. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Some more. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Couple. Okay.
Great.
Congratulations.
Okay. Who's next? Yes.
Alrighty, Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas the Village of Hoffman Estates and its Commission for Senior Citizens are committed to helping all individuals maintain their health and independence later in life. And whereas our senior citizens in the village strengthen our community by having an important role in sharing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the history of our community through interactions with children, youth, and adults from other generations. And whereas our senior citizens' experience and wisdom connect us to the past and help us meet the challenges of the present. And whereas from interactions with family, friends, and neighbors to involvement in commissions and volunteering, our senior citizens enrich the lives of everyone in our community. And whereas our community provides opportunities to enrich citizens of all ages through the following: emphasizing the value of including older adults in public and family life, creating opportunities for older residents to interact with people of different cultures and generations through our village commissions and programs, and providing services, technologies, and support systems that allow older adults to participate in social activities in the community, such as Commission for Senior Citizen Activities, various commission activities, health and human service programs, and coffee with the board. And whereas, as a village, we continue to show our support and appreciation for our treasured senior citizens who have contributed so much to our community. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by the virtue of authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Friday, August 21st, 2016, as National Senior Appreciation Day in the village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all Hoffman Estates residents and businesses to take time on this day to engage with our excellent senior citizens.
Chair will accept a motion.
I'll second.
Motion is second. We appreciate the great contributions that our senior citizens have made to this great country and this great community. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. We have two members of the commission, Lillian Clinton, the chair, and Kevin Carnahan are here to accept the proclamation. Come on up.
Have to start with me.
He's the gatekeeper. Kevin? Let's get a picture of Lily and Kevin.
Right in front. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, this is in my way.
You're okay. Look shorter, though.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Couple. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Whereas the American Payroll Association and its more than 21,000 members have launched a nationwide awareness campaign that pays tribute to the more than 156 million people who work in the United States and the payroll professionals who support the American system by paying wages, reporting worker earnings, and withholding federal employment taxes. And whereas payroll professionals in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, play a key role in maintaining the economic health of Hoffman Estates, carrying out such diverse tasks as paying into the unemployment insurance system, providing information for child support enforcement, and carrying out tax withholding, reporting, and depositing. And whereas payroll professionals play an increasingly important role in ensuring the economic security of American families by helping to identify non-custodial parents and making sure they comply with their child support mandates. And whereas payroll professionals have become increasingly proactive in educating both the business community and the public at large about the payroll tax withholding systems. And whereas payroll professionals meet regularly with federal and state tax officials to discuss both improving compliance with government procedures and how compliance can be achieved at less cost to both government and businesses. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and laws of this village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaims September 5th through September 9th, 2016, as National Payroll Week in the village of Hoffman Estates, and urges all residents and businesses of Hoffman Estates to join in its observance.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion is second. We certainly do appreciate the professionals who handle all the complicated payroll arrangements and all the deductions and all the insurance and everything's got to be taken care of. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Director Musiala, you're our guru on this. If you'll accept it. Thank you. At this point, the chair would accept a motion to recess this meeting and go back to finance, and we'll reconvene this meeting at the end of the Public Health and Safety Committee meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried.
I'd like to wait a minute
The guard.
until we switch. You all good? We're recording. I'd like to call the Finance Committee back to order. Could I have a roll call, please, to reestablish quorum?
Chairperson Palafis.
Present.
Vice Chairperson Newell.
Present.
Trustee Gata.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Vandenberg.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
We have quorum. Thank you. I'd like to request an approval of the minutes for July 18, 2016.
So moved.
A motion is second. Any questions, comments? Trustee Mills?
You are not in attendance either in person or not on this meeting.
You're
I
right.
think you were there that night.
I was.
Yeah, you're not in the you're in attendance at one of the three committees, but not the other two.
That's right. Yeah, so note the correction, the motion maker and the second, or you're okay with it as amended? All right,
Second as amended.
okay. Any other questions, comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you.
Abstain.
Oh, okay, thank you. Note the abstention. Jumping into new business, we have 9 items. The first is discussion regarding the FY 2016 mid-year financial review.
Mr. Chairman, it's our practice each year to do a mid-year budget review. You might ask, why are we doing a mid-year budget in April when our mid-year of our budget would be the end of June? And the reason is that being a government, we're under modified accrual accounting. That means certain revenues are accrued 3 months in arrears, like sales tax that we get from the state, and it's important for us to see those larger revenue sources to get a more accurate picture of actually how things are going on the revenue side. With that said, the mid-year budget picture in terms of the snapshot that it presents, it is very good, where it's roughly $1 million better than what we projected at the beginning of the year. We projected that we'd use about $600,000 worth of general fund reserves for EAB. Now we're projecting that will be about $428,000 to the good without even using those reserves. So that's the $1 million swing. With that said, though, there's several revenue sources that are trending significantly behind where they were last year. Sales tax being the largest one, both the 1% municipal sales tax and the 1% home rule. The difference between the two is that the home rule sales tax is not charged for automobile sales and some other things. And you can see a marked difference in the sales tax receipts last year, this year, as it relates to car sales. While they're still good, they're not booming like they were second, third, and fourth quarter of last year. On the positive side, we see a tremendous uptick on the development revenues, building permits, engineering fees, and the like. But many of those have yet to open or are just opened, so the revenue that they would produce through their operations, we haven't started to recognize yet. So with that said, we're actually in better shape than we projected we were going to be in. And if there's not any questions on the big picture financial side, what I'd like to do is jump into the additional requests that we've made for mid-year.
Anybody have any big picture, Trustee Mills?
Just one question. The sales tax that we're behind it, it's not a situation where we're not getting it as timely as we have in the past? Could that be part of it?
We are getting our receipts on a timely basis.
Okay.
We have gone through an analysis of the top
75 businesses, which is about 90% of our sales tax revenue. Everything's coming in on time. There's no one business that, jumps out at us. It's a variety of different reasons across different industries that are just lagging a little behind.
Okay.
And again, one of the biggest ones looks like it's just the difference between last year and this year on car sales. When you look at the individual car dealers, which Rachel and I signed the agreement with the state that we can do that, but unfortunately it's a criminal violation if we talk about them individually. We can tell you that that's where a significant part of the municipal sales tax lag
But it gets
is.
forwarded to us by the state.
Right.
And so it's not being held up in the state process?
No.
Okay.
The only thing that we are currently still trying to
No offense to the audience tonight.
get some help from the Department of Revenue on, and we've sent a letter, and the Director of Finance has had a phone call with, is the board is aware that Schaumburg Toyota was in the Rorman spaces while their building was being redone. We didn't recognize any sales tax for that. Now, we don't know if we're supposed to, but we're checking on that, and that might be, if we were supposed to get it, that will be an uptick that would obviously help us.
But that wouldn't be
That's not the
necessarily
reason
one we
why.
would normally
No,
have anyway, yeah.
It's not, no.
So that can't be it.
So in essence, it's good, but as what we use the mid-year budget for is a springboard into preparing the next year's budget on a revenue estimate. And we're concerned that sales tax seems to be flattening. On the other hand, other revenues seem to be doing good, and development revenues are really doing very, very well.
All right, thank you.
Moving into the additional items, because the development side is going so well, we have some real need for inspectional help, and both engineering inspectional help and code inspectional help. So we are looking at an additional field engineering position, temporary for the balance of this year, that would be hired through probably an engineering company to help us inspect existing projects that we have underway. And so our staff can pay attention to the larger scale projects and to, frankly, the development projects. We're looking to implement what's called a 7G program. Other villages do use this. You're allowed under the Fair Labor Standards Act to do this, where you can hire back existing employees that have the technical skills to provide services that are not directly what they normally would be doing. So we can hire back, in essence, firefighters to do fire inspections on their off days, and you're not paying them benefits, you're not paying them the normal hourly wage, and it's all legal and it's normal, and you enter into a 7G agreement with them to do that. The reason we need to is that when we combined fire inspections and code inspections during the recession, which has been very beneficial from the cross-training, now that we're so busy from a development standpoint, what's giving is, and what's not getting done at the pace it should be, are the fire inspections, the annual fire inspections, because we're spending so much time on what's being built. So we believe we can do those through the 7G. And to help us get that program off the ground and to get caught up, and frankly, to deal with some software compatibility issues between what code uses and what fire uses, we want to have a administrator help us with that for the balance of this year. And during the budget process for 17, we're going to be looking at what we would like to see done for 17 forward. Those are really the three most important changes, additions in the mid-year budget, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that the committee might have.
Trustee Mills?
With the Fire Prevention Bureau, where you're talking about bringing in the off-duty firemen, are we talking one position filled by several individuals or several positions?
What we're talking about is budgeting X number of dollars worth of hours at between $20 and $25 an hour, and then advertising within the fire department that these are available, seeing who is interested, and backing into the number that we're going to need based upon what shifts they're on, what off days they have, when they're available, but we're behind on the annual inspections and we want to catch up. Other villages take it a step further. In fact, one of the villages I used to work for in the area does that, and that's if they're, for example, some of our firefighters may be plumbers, licensed plumbers, some could be electricians, they could also potentially do those inspections as well. We don't want to do that immediately. We want to get caught up on the fire and then potentially move into those. So I can't tell you how many positions. It's going to be a lump sum of dollars, and we'll
Okay.
use that.
So you
And
fill it into.
we're going to look at the
spend money.
productivity,
Okay.
see who's available, what days, and how much we can get done.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? So just in summary, we're $1 million to the good, and you're asking for about 91,000 to
But
augment.
that $1 million to good already includes that 91,000.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, and if you look at 40, there was $48,000 already in the 16 budget
Right.
for some inspectional services help that we hadn't spent, so we're using that money. So it's really nothing new, it's just a reallocation of existing resources.
So all in all, a good story.
It
Any other
is.
questions, comments? Trustee Mills?
Yeah, and I do like that our fund balance will be higher than we require, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah. I agree. Any other questions, comments? We have a motion and a second. Do we have a motion?
I don't
and a
think
second?
so.
We don't. I'll make the motion.
Okay, just making sure.
I made the motion to approve
We
the
have a motion.
request.
Can I get a second?
Second.
A motion, and a second. Any other questions or comments on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Let me get back up to the top of my page here. Item number 2 is request approval of an ordinance amending sections 13-5-1, 13-5-2, 13-5-8, and 13-5-11 of Article 5, which is the real estate transfer tax of the Hoffman Estates Municipal Code.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion, and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 3 is a request approval of an ordinance amending Section 8-2-1, fees, and Section 8-7-14, solicitors of the Hoffman Estates Municipal Code.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions, comments? Not used to seeing you there. Do you want to add anything to, okay.
Not to say anything.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Request approval of an ordinance adding a family entertainment center use to the list of business licenses.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 5 is a request for authorization to award the professional financial audit services contract for the Village and the Sears Center Arena to run concurrently with the EDA Special Tax Allocation Fund audit for the 2016 fiscal year to Sikich LLP for a cost not to exceed $75,144.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 6 is a request for authorization for the Sears Center Arena to upgrade the club room in an amount not to exceed $127,000.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Trustee Mills?
The majority of this money will be coming from the fund from Levy, correct?
Yeah, everything but the money for the carpet, which is
68.
which was already allocated in the 2016 budget.
Not on the mic.
The $34,000 for the carpet was allocated as part of the funds for the scoreboard, ribbon board, and the audiovisual equipment in the tech booth. So there was some savings there, and it was also included as an unfunded project in the CIP, I believe.
It was.
I think that'll be a great addition to that room,
Yes, it will.
moving it. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Sure.
Trustee Gata?
I don't, Ben, you could answer this. What is TILS, T-I-L-L-S? I have no idea.
Just the cash registers for the point-of-sale systems for Levy,
The drawer.
drawers, with cash drawers and so forth.
Bill.
Is that what it is, huh?
Did I spell it right? Is it spelled right?
Now I know.
Yeah.
I don't know until I look it up.
Everybody's Googling it.
Thank you. No other questions.
All right, any other questions or comments? I agree. I think this will be a great addition
Yes.
to get that room in a better place than it is today. With that, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 7 is a request acceptance of the Finance Department monthly report.
So moved.
Second.
A motion, a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 8 is a request acceptance of the Information Systems Department monthly report.
So moved.
Second. Any questions or comments for Fred? No, you're good? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Item number 9 is a request acceptance of the Sears Center monthly report.
So moved.
Second.
Yeah, motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Ben, it's been a while since we've seen you, so. I'm just saying, you know.
Oh, no. Things were going so well.
I'll be real quick. Just this week, we're taking down the old scoreboard. So if you want to say goodbye to it today, tomorrow, and Wednesday's a day, and after that, it is gone forever. The new scoreboard, the structural steel will be installed next week, and the week after, they'll actually be putting up the ribbon board and then the scoreboard. And the Sears Center sign that is above the scoreboard was shipped out today for refurbishment. So the Gumby is much larger when it's on the ground than when it's in the air there, so it's impressive. So that's it. So if you want to see the building, it's right in flux as we speak, and the club room will get started in the next couple of weeks, so it should be a very transformative couple of weeks for us, so it's exciting.
Remind us again what the next event is that'll actually leverage the new equipment.
So the Mitsubishi scoreboard has got to be ready contractually for Skate America. So that's the Grand Prix that USA Figure Skating does. It's live on NBC. So everything is going to be getting training and up and ready for that event. We are going to have an unveiling, which I won't announce yet, with the Bulls, but that'll be a couple weeks before that, but it has to be ready for mid to late October.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. President's report.
I'll wait for the board meeting, Trustee Palafis.
I had a feeling that'd be your answer, sir. Anything another for the 2 or 3 of you out there? Nothing? No items in review. I will entertain a motion and a second to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, we're adjourned. Thank you.
I'd like to call the Public Work and Utility Committee to order for August 15th. May I have a roll call?
Chairperson Newell.
Present.
Vice Chairperson Gata.
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Vandenberg.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
We have everyone and we're accounted for. The next item would be the approval of minutes for July 18, 2016.
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any changes, corrections, additions on this
was
one?
at
This
that
one was
one.
good,
Yeah.
right? Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion passed.
Abstain.
And note the one abstention. Okay, under new business, we have 4 items. First one is request approval to enter into an intergovernmental agreement by and between the Village of Hoffman Estates and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago for the distribution of rain barrels.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. And who would like to expound a little bit on this?
Sure. Good evening. This is a program that the MWRD, so the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, opened to all municipalities within their district for distribution of free rain barrels to any resident that would like to participate. And There is not a cost to the program, to the village, outside of just general coordination of taking orders, providing that order in a bulk number to the district, and then some follow-up with them, so a post-installation survey. And we did a program in 2010 where we brought in a lot of rain barrels because the distribution facilities were so far away from the village. So we took orders for the barrels, and residents picked them up at our village facilities. Public Works was kind enough to store them. This time they would be delivered directly to the households. And we had to order more at that time, so we were allowed a certain number, and then we got up to max of 80. So recently, this past spring and into summer, I've been getting requests from residents inquiring about the program, and that's why we're bringing it today.
Awesome. Any questions? Trustee Palafis?
If I remember right, last time we had a run, and they ran us out of them pretty fast. So I would imagine that would be similar.
Yeah, within a couple of days, we were maxed out, and we had to, like I said, reorder, and then we were at capacity. So they said, wait till next year, and then they changed their operations, and there was a facility to pick up in Schaumburg. So.
Okay. Trustee Mills?
But with this one now, MWRD is going to deliver them?
Do.
Okay,
Yes.
and is there a limit on how many our residents can obtain, area-wide?
There's not a limit area-wide how many they can obtain. I think the households themselves
I
would
don't mean by
probably
the
be.
household, I mean, like 20 for Hoffman Estates or 50
No.
or, okay.
No, there's not a limit, so.
Great.
Trustee Gata?
Is the resident responsible for installing it, or do we, Public Works, assist in them in installing?
We won't be assisting in the installation. It does come with an instruction kit. It comes with a connector to the downspout. And so it provides instructions, it provides warnings, it provides a secured lid, to keep things locked up. And so it'll give all the instructions with the kit.
So it is up to the resident?
Yes.
Very good. No further questions.
Trustee Stanton?
I do notice that if the resident no longer wants the rain barrel, they have to contact the municipality and then return the rain barrel.
That's our understanding, at which point we would just contact MWRD and get it back to them.
Okay. Would we do that, or is the resident going to have to do that?
I believe the agreement is that the village would take the barrel, so the resident may need to get it here, but we would then hold the barrel and provide it back to the MWRD.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, no other questions? Did you have?
Oh, no, I was just saying it was a good question.
Oh, okay. All righty. Thank you, Ashley. That was great. It's a good program. It really is. All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion passed. Item number 2, request authorization to award contract for the Grand Canyon Storm Sewer to A-Lamp Concrete Contractors Incorporated of Schaumburg, Illinois, which is the low bid, in an amount of $229,777.
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Trustee Palafis?
Mr. Nebel, I was maybe chatting with you guys about this before. I was at a Public Works gathering recently and learned that A-Lamp was on some lists that are of concern, whether it's this year or next year. I was just wondering if staff wouldn't mind checking into. First of all, I think they're doing a great job. Fantastic, for the most part, is the feedback that I get. But if you could check into that to see if the village has any kind of liability. It's some state-level bad boy list for,
There were 2 officials that were part of A-LAMP that were indicted, if you will, and that the charges are pending. It's for prevailing wage and a couple other violations that are for years that are significantly in the past. It does not impact our project, and so far, they're still on the IDOT approved bidder list.
Good.
And from our standpoint, that's all we can go by. It's probably doubtful that the whole company be removed because of the two individuals, but we'll have to wait and see. But they've done, as you said, very good work for us.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we weren't in any
We're following it.
liability, of something in cahoots with that. But anyway, okay, thank you.
Okay, no other questions? We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion passed. Item number 3, request acceptance of the Department of Public Works monthly report.
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have anything to add?
I just wanted to say we had our annual recycling event this past Saturday. It was a huge success, a 30% increase in cars. We had nearly 900 vehicles. So it's 3.75 cars per minute from 9 a.m. till 1 the whole time. So I got a text from Kevin, who was running it, at 1:45 and said cars are still backed up to where Fleet Services was.
I was one of them.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
It was a
Took
big
a
success,
shortcut.
and a lot of residents did comment on how quickly
Yes.
they got through it in about 10 minutes or so. A little backup on electronics and document destruction, but those were the most popular. So the guys did a great job out there.
Yes, and I wanted just to comment and say thank you to everyone who worked it or volunteered for it. And as he said, the timing was great. I mean, people were just giving us comments left and right, and they were just so happy that we were doing this. And we even had 1 or 2 gentlemen that said, when are you going to do this again? We're like, next year. So, unless there's demand, but anyway. But thank you very much, everyone. You did a good job. So, request acceptance of the Department of Public Works monthly report. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion passed. Item number 4, request acceptance of the Department of Development Services monthly engineering report of the Transportation and Engineering Division.
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have anything to add?
Nothing to add.
Nothing? Do you have a question, trustee Palafis?
At the same event I was at with some of the Public Works professionals, I ran into A-Lamp and Arrow and Rubino and names I've never really even known of. I've seen the trucks and stuff. But, in our dialogue, they gave a lot of great feedback on our staff, especially, the engineering department and Mike Hankey and the group. So kudos. Just wanted to pass that on.
Thank you. Let
Because,
everyone know.
at first, they had no idea who, I was or my function. So it was good to just ask them in kind of an incognito, but the positive feedback was just outstanding. So great job.
Those are always good comments to hear. Thank you for that, trustee Palafis. And then we have a motion and a second. All in
We have a
favor?
question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Trustee
okay.
Mills.
I've gotten this question a couple of times today now that the sign's up on Moon Lake. The road's going to be always open, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, two-way traffic will be
Okay.
maintained throughout. During the workday, they'll be flagging traffic around.
Okay.
but
All right.
just as
Thank
we're
you.
made open, yeah.
Seeing no other questions, we do have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion passed. President's reporting?
I'll wait for the board meeting.
Okay,
Trustee
thank you,
Newell?
Mr. President. Nothing under other items in review. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, motion passed, and we are adjourned.
I'd like to call the Public Health and Safety Committee, August 15th, 2016. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Gata.
Present.
Vice Chairman Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Newell.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Vandenberg. Present. Mayor McLeod.
Present.
Thank you, and we have a quorum. Approval of the minutes of July 18th, 2016.
With the addition of trustee Palafis in attendance.
I'll second. Thank you.
And any additional things? No? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Abstain.
One abstain. Thank you. Under new business, they're just monthly reports. The first one, request acceptance of the Police Department monthly report.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Chief? Nothing to add. From the board?
I got a question. On Saturday, we heard about something that happened at Chase Bank. Did we ever get an outcome there?
Can you come up
Chief?
to the microphone?
It's still being investigated, the FBI is involved, so our detectives and the FBI are working together.
Any leads?
No, not really.
Thank you.
Trustee Mills?
I just want to compliment your department. I know you've been getting a lot of thank yous from residents, and I think that's really a great thing, and we appreciate the public making it known how much they do appreciate the police department.
Oh, thank you, Trustee. We've gotten an incredible amount of gifts and things handed to us, letters, and it's been really nice, the support we've received.
Good.
And anything else? I would like to say that just from what we have in the packet, that there's like over 14 people that have taken the time to thank the police department and for their support and so forth. Some of these I cannot read because they are copies, but I would like to read the one from Haverford Place. It says the entire Hoffman Estates Police Force. The residents of Haverford Place wants to thank you for your commitment to keeping Hoffman Estates safe. We know that in today's political climate, your job is very difficult. As a show of our support, Haverford Place has put up blue ribbons on our parkway trees. Please drive through our community and note our appreciation, care, and concern for all of you. Further, we asked our 186 households to donate $1 as a sample show of support of our police. Enclosed is a $300 donation. Almost all the homes have contributed to supporting your LEAP and Shop with a Cop. We applaud your efforts and with these programs as well. We hope that these small gestures help to express our appreciation and our support for all of that, what you do for this community. Haverford Place, and this was from Anita Flanagan. And like I say, there's so many of them that are in here, and it's really great that the citizens take the time and the effort to appreciate all that you guys do, and you put your life on the line every day for us, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Would you like to add anything?
No, I just think the officers really appreciate all the letters that come in. Sometimes I think it's easy to forget just how much support you have.
Right.
So when things happen and the letters come in and the treats and everything that people are dropping off and the cards, it's just really nice.
That's excellent. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else from the board? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 2, request acceptance of the Health and Human Services Monthly Report.
So moved.
I'll second.
Doctor, would you like to add anything? Nothing to add? Anything from the board? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 3, request acceptance of Emergency Management Coordinator Monthly Report.
So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Norris, would you like to add anything to that?
No, sir.
Certainly not.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. And the last one, request acceptance of the Fire Department Monthly Report.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Chief, what would you like to add? Nothing to add, right? On the board? Yes, trustee.
I'd like to add that last week I brought my 6-year-old grandson and my 4-year-old granddaughter over to Station 24, and the guys couldn't have been nicer. They brought the kids up into the truck. They explained thoroughly, even to a 4- and a 6-year-old, what the police department or the fire department does, all about the trucks, the accommodations, the workout rooms, the different shifts. And the 4-year-old, I don't know if they got it, but the 6-year-old was just, came home and said, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a firefighter. And that's all he could talk about for the whole day. And I just want to thank the fire department and Station 24 for being so accommodating to a 4- and a 6-year-old. Thank you.
Chief, you better get the name and address of that 6-year-old, right? Mayor.
Yeah, Joni and I have been doing the fire department, and we were Station 23 with our grandkids too, and they really do enjoy it. And the firefighters are very gracious, and they seem to enjoy having the visitors too. So pass my thanks on.
Trustee for office.
Chief, I just wanted to thank you for the addition of the guys at Skate America. And it was a big event. I don't know if the race actually ever went off because it got cloudy and pretty rainy there for a while, but it was good to reduce any possible exposure we could have had. So thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. President's report?
I'll wait for the board meeting. Trustee Gata?
Okay, nothing in other. Items in review. Looking for an adjournment.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
Take a short 5-minute break before the board meeting begins.
Okay.
I'd like to resume the meeting. Can you call the roll to reestablish a quorum?
Trustee Palafis?
Present.
Trustee Stanton? Trustee Gata?
Present.
Trustee Vandenberg?
Present.
Trustee Mills?
Present.
Trustee Newell?
Present.
Mayor McLeod?
Present. I'd like to note for the record, this meeting is being broadcast live and will be reshown on our cable channel. Move on to item number 3, recognition of the audience. If anyone has a question or concern they want to bring before the village board and the village staff, now is the time. Going once, twice, 3 times, we'll move on. Chair would accept a motion to approve the minutes of the August 1st, 2016 meeting.
So moved.
There's a motion, a second. Are there any questions or concerns on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried. We'll move on to consent calendar. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. Any discussions on any of these items? Seeing none, can you poll the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Palafis?
Aye.
Trustee Stanton?
Aye.
Trustee Gata?
Aye.
Trustee Vandenberg?
Aye.
Trustee Mills?
Aye.
Trustee Newell?
Aye.
Mayor McLeod?
Aye, motion carried. We'll move back on to President's Report. We already did the proclamations. I'd like to note for the record that a week from today will be Trustee Stanton's birthday. Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
And we sent a copy of a letter, a portion of a letter from Mr. Patel, the owner of the Red Roof Inn, titled Blue Lives Matter. I want to express our support for the Hoffman Estates Police Fraternity. After seeing sad news of recent violence, especially Dallas police shooting, it breaks our hearts and minds as a citizen and a father. I strongly feel and believe safe communities can be built if a community is deeply involved and actively takes initiatives to bring about positive change and help the police department. I want to be a part of that change. We here at Red Roof Inn truly do not take for granted all the work the police put into making us safe. And respect the work you do. Fine job. I also have a email from Dana Nelson, who is the director of the Schaumburg Township Food Pantry. Thank you, everyone, for your efforts. The food drive was a huge success. The final boxes were just brought into the pantry, and I'm estimating the total number of donations to be around 5,775 pounds. This is an amazing donation, especially since we normally have a percentage of expired items that are not used in the food pantry. We know everything collected will be within code. Now it just needs to be sorted. The Schaumburg Township Food Pantry is 100% donation-based, and we assist between 500 and 700 households every month in our community. These items will help ensure our neighbors in need will receive the food, groceries necessary for their household. Thank you again. It does take a village, and our village is awesome. Without support from the community, we would not be able to help so many. The food drive at Mariano's on Saturday and Sunday was terrific, and I want to thank Mariano's and all the many volunteers that helped out, the Boy Scouts. We had the Army there, the Chicago Mustangs. I do have also a communication from Rich and Colin Witt. This is to Jennifer Georgievic and Nick, the director of the store manager at Mariano's. I felt the mix of having Scouts along with the soldiers as well as the Chicago Mustangs community players was the right thing. You reach people from many angles. A large proportion of the folks that donated on our shift and spent the time to come up and engage had stories to tell about their scouting or family military experiences. It was nice to hear. There were certainly many of the good people donating, and I think many liked the idea of it not being a straight fundraiser. I think the best story is a lady that came up asking for hugs from the boys in appreciation for helping with the support of the food pantry. She and her husband, who has Parkinson's, use the food pantry when they are short and have to make decisions between medications or food, and he cannot have the meds. Her dad was also a World War II Navy vet and was proud to tell that story. Go Army, both sergeants did a great job, and it was nice spending the time together. Nick was always in motion. We do like Mariano's, especially the bakery. So on August 2nd, Tuesday, August 2nd, we had 2 national nights out, one at Barrington Square and one at the Sycamore Park over by Lincoln Prairie School. I almost said Hillcrest School.
It was Hillcrest.
It was Hillcrest School. On August the 5th, trustees Newell and Gaeta and I attended the Eagle Court of Honors for Alexandra Dammy at the United Methodist Church. Saturday the 6th, most of us were able to go to the block party on Concord Cove and the party in the park that the Hoffman Estates Park District puts on at Fabrini Park. And after that, many of us were able to go to Sue Lesson's birthday party at Das Beer Garden. That was a very good event also. On the 9th of Tuesday, listened to a transportation webinar involving the National League of Cities Transportation Infrastructure Committee. It was very informative, good information. On Wednesday, the 10th, we had the Wine Wednesday at the Tap In Bar and Grill at the Park District, and that was very well attended. The Park District did a great job. Also want to thank Trustee Gaeta for going to the Schaumburg Airport meeting for me that evening. Thank you, Trustee Gaeta.
You're welcome.
On Thursday, 11th, we had the recap of our 4th of July meeting of the event from this current year. We'll start planning the event for next year. And on Saturday, we had the one-day recycling event that Mr. Nebel talked about previously. Man, they did move people in and out very quickly. I saw the largest TV I'd ever seen in my life. It's amazing how many of these old TVs are still floating around. It's amazing anybody can pick them up. Then we went to the Schaumburg Township Food Pantry Drive in Mariano's. Again, that was people are very generous, so that was a really great event. The Community Health and Wellness Fair took place in the Barrington Square Center by this Russo Hoare and Kimberly Bianchi from Advanced Preschool worked on that, and they did a great job. They had a lot of vendors, and the weather held out, fortunately. They had a really great block party on Swindon, the one they do every year, the Trustee Crespo, and most of us were able to attend. So that's all I have.
You said Trustee Crespo.
Well, I always say Trustee Crespo.
That's what he was.
That's what he was. If I can turn back time, huh, Biv? But I can't. Okay, well, it's just force of habit, I guess. That's all I got for now. Trustee comments. We'll start with Trustee Vandenberg. Is there some event coming up in September you want to talk about?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, for mentioning that. There is. On September 9th and September 10th, we have the Plots Concert event coming up. On September 9th, we have a great band called Centerfold. They'll be entertaining the thousands of people that'll be out there, if it's any indication from last year. And then on September 10th, on Saturday, we have a great 5K race that'll be taking place at 9 o'clock in the morning. Throughout the day, we'll be having children's events with a climbing wall, face painters. We'll be having the genealogy group from the Schaumburg Library. We'll be, Trustee Falafis is my co-chair. What else? We'll be having...
We have the legs contest, we have the beer stein carrying contest, we have the hot dog eating contest.
Right.
We have dancer troops, we have a lot of entertainment.
A lot of
good
entertainment.
food.
Johnny Wagner is going to be out there again.
Yeah.
He's a big fan favorite. And in the evening, we have a group called Really Dan, and they're a Steely Dan tribute band, and they'll be entertaining the group out there. Lots of good food and drink. Hofbrau beer, Trustee Falafis, what other kinds of food?
Oh, they have the Wiener Schnitzel, the Plots plate, the
Bratwurst.
the pretzels, yeah, and the strudels will be out there. I think apple and cherry. So yeah, there's.
We've got a big weekend planned, so keep your fingers crossed for a good weekend, and you'll be hearing more about it as our meetings, as the event gets closer.
Do you have the hours for both days?
We do, well, on Friday night, it starts at 6 o'clock with the band Centerfold and goes till they're finished at, I think, 9 o'clock. And then the 5K race starts at 9 o'clock in the morning and then continues all during the day. The Really Dan starts at 6:30, I believe.
Yeah.
For more information, go to the village website and click on Plots Concert, and you can get all sorts of information. And the best part, you'll be able to register for the race by active.com. We're looking for racers. We've got a pretty good crowd out there right now, and we're always looking for more racers. So thanks, Mayor, for asking about that. Did you want to know what else?
Yeah, what else you been up to?
That was a good.
Have more time. You have more time.
Good. That was a great commercial. Thanks for that. On Tuesday, August 2nd, I also was at National Night Out at Barrington Square Trustee Newell, Mills, thank you so much for coordinating that with all your homeowners association out there. Man, you had a lot of people and a lot of police officers and the explorers. That was a great event. And the weather was, it was a little warm, but it was,
Not as bad as it's been in years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On Thursday, the 4th of August, I attended Secondhand Soul, the second to the last concert put on by the Arts Commission. Great. I'm so sorry to see that end, because I love those concerts out there. On Saturday, the 6th of August, attended the block party on Concord Cove. And then the 11th of August, attended the last concert by the Arts Commission, Bopology. Great crowd, great group. They really get the crowd going. It's always fun. Last Saturday, the recycling event, Trustee Newell, thank you so much. You were working your heart out at that event. You had the vest on, and you had the gloves on, and you were lifting those heavy things and getting everybody saying, here, go do this. And wow, it's just great to see you put so much enthusiasm into that event for the village. Thank you for all you do for that. That's tremendous. And then the Schaumburg Township Food Pantry, and again, you were out there getting people, handing them the flyers, saying, anything you can do, and you're really a good cheerleader for that effort, and thank you for doing that.
They really did great. Not
Yeah.
only the volunteers, but anybody else that worked it, and to raise that much in 2 days for the food pantry was just awesome.
Well, you're awesome for putting your heart and soul into that project. Today, we had the CAC golf outing, and Trustee Stanton and Falafis and Mr. Copland, we had a great foursome out there, and I think we were 3 under. We did pretty well. The weather held out. We had a good day, and I hopefully made some money for CAC. I want to say happy anniversary to Trustee, God, what have you started, Mayor? To Representative Fred Crespo. Happy birthday to Trustee Stanton. We've celebrated a little bit today, but in 1 week, we'll give you a true celebration, or true happy birthday. And that's all I have.
Trustee Stanton.
Thank you. On the 2nd of August, I was at the Barrington Square National Night Out, but I missed everybody except for Trustee Mills. I got there at the very end. You guys were all gone. So then I went to the National Night Out on Sycamore Park at Hillcrest, looked for everybody, couldn't find anybody.
We heard you were coming.
Except for the police officers. I know, it's Dodge Stanton night. The Dozer exhibition, which you guys missed, they had Dozer out there, and he was showing how he stops the bad guys. And it was actually a great exhibition. Then we had this last weekend, on the 13th, I did drop off some small appliances at our one-day recycling event. And Trustee Newell, thank you very much for helping out over there. And I know Trustee Vandenberg said you had the gloves on, but I think Bev actually had the glove on because she caught you in the chin that day. Anyway, I know. We then stopped over at Mariano's and helped support the Schaumburg Township Food Pantry Drive. Then later that afternoon, we stopped by the Community Health Wellness Expo at Barrington Square, and after that, we attended the Swindon Block Party. And today, as you heard, I did play golf, and we did do fairly well. And thank you to the village for allowing us to play at that event. That's it.
Trustee Mills, thank you.
Okay, well, a lot of the same things. Of course, Tuesday, August 2nd, I was at the National Night Out, and on behalf of Barrington Square, I want to thank the police department for an overwhelming attendance that night. Everybody enjoyed seeing all the different vehicles and the officers, and of course, the armored tank made its great entrance as usual, and the kids loved to see that. Thanks to the fire department for their cooperation and attendance that night also. That was another thing, a couple people thought the armored car was part of the fire department, I'll just let you know, so.
Oh, don't get the hopes up. They're going to order one, next budget, yeah.
Well, of course, the NIPUS vehicle arrived with sirens and lights blaring when he pulled up, so it was great. Unfortunately, I was a little too worn out to make it to the Sycamore Park one, and I apologize. I tried to make it, but I gave up on the way there and went home. On Wednesday, I also attended Wine Wednesday at the Bridges of Poplar Creek. It was a great event. They also had a concert going that night, which looked like a lot of fun. On Friday, I attended the Chamber's Government Relations Committee meeting, and they're ramping up for a great legislative luncheon in September with quite a few of our area representatives in attendance and state senators. So that should be a good event over at St. Alexius Hospital. On the 13th, like everyone else, we did the recycling, and I have to say, when we were in line, which didn't take too long to get through, there was a van in front of us, and it was like one of those circus acts. They kept pulling the TVs out, and these are not small TVs. I didn't know where they all came from. Attended the food drive at Mariano's, and also saw several of the volunteers there on Sunday when we went back doing our grocery shopping. The community health fair over at the shopping Barrington Square Mall, and the block party on Swindon. Catherine McCord and Pat Reed do a great job on organizing that every
State
year.
Representative Crespo was at
Yes,
that, too.
and State Representative
Trustee
Crespo was also there. Wished him and his wife Dorothy a happy anniversary. Early happy birthday to Trustee Stanton. Thank you. And a thank you to the Arts Commission for another great year of concerts. People can't say enough about those concerts and the enjoyment they get from going out there every Thursday. Unfortunately, you had a little bad weather this year for a couple of them. Yeah. But overall, it didn't seem to hurt your attendance. There were people there every week, and it was great. Thank you. That's all I've got.
Thank you. Trustee Palafis.
Well, I'm just going to repeat a lot of what was said. I'm going to start backwards. So today we did, have a little celebration for Trustee Stanton's birthday. So happy birthday to you coming into the next week or so. Let us know where the party is. And
You bring the cake.
I will. I'll bring the cake. And we did golf as the trio with Mark. So it was two Garys and a Gail. And really, we were just there as Mark Copland's support team. I mean, let's be honest. We had some killer putts, but the Children's Advocacy Center just does so much for the community and so much for those kids and the parents, and all of their needs. And it was just really great to see. The place was packed, and it was just really great to see that outpouring of support. That was really touching. And it was just a good event overall. And I think, there was somebody made a deal with God on the weather, because the clouds were there full of rain all day, but it just never came. So it was a good event. And then this weekend, kind of working back through, those events sounded awesome. I heard so much great feedback about the recycling event. We did a major family reunion at my house Saturday, and then another huge party on Sunday. It was like 200 people that cruised through our house this weekend, so we were pretty trashed. But that's why I wasn't with you at a lot of these get-togethers and whatnot. Also wanted to echo happy anniversary to State Representative Crespo and his wife Dorothy. It's great to see some of their pictures. Man, does he look different on Facebook when he posted that picture when they're at their wedding? I'm like, who is that? But in complimentary form, of course. I mean that. But they just look so young. Nevertheless, that also just want to. I've been doing the Plots concert for 10 years, and Gal, that commercial you just gave, I think, is better than all the years I have put together. Trying to boost that event. But we're looking forward to it, and a lot of credit goes to Mark and Rachel and Ryan and those guys on the staff side helping us pull it together. Because Clayton left us, and we're still getting over that, some of us. But it's a smaller committee, and we're it's still a lot of activities, and we're pulling it all together. Got some great sponsors that are really chipping in some great cash, and what that amounts to is really the run is going to make some good money for the Rotary, and then they give it all away. So it's a great cause and whatnot. And then the Arts Commission, I'll pass on all of the kudos. They love those concerts. The community loves those concerts. It was just the events, the bands were great, and everybody just had a lot of, it was a good experience, with the food and all of the beverages and the, the beer garden and everything kind of melded together in a much better way this year, and that was really positive. So all in all, a good year, despite a couple of bursts of rain. And then, kudos to to Dan and Mark on the emergency tent. You know, that pulling that off, the microburst that shot the main tent into the lake, quite far into the lake, actually. We were wondering how all those people got that tent out of the lake. It was pretty far in there. But anyway, the standby tent did a really nice job. Much better than any of us thought it would have looked. So again, thank you. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Palafis. Trustee Newell.
Okay, not to be repetitive, but a lot of the places they mentioned, that's where I was, so I'm just going to start with August 2nd, National Night Out, which was at Barrington Square and Sycamore Park. Thank you to everyone that arranged that, was there to participate. It was a lot of fun, a lot of people, and it's just so nice to see everybody being outside, you know, because you walk through the neighborhoods and all you hear is the hum of the air conditioners, and here everybody was outside having a really good time, so it was really great. On the 4th and the 11th of this month, the Village Green, just to comment as everyone else, thank you to the Arts Commission. It's just so much fun to be out there, to listen to the music, see all the happy faces and everybody just socializing. It was really, really good. And the choices of the bands, I'm sure it took a lot of hard work to try to find some of them, but they were very, very good. So very entertaining. On the 5th, the Eagle Scout for Eagle Scout Adami. On the 6th, we did the party in the park and the block party up on Concord Cove. The 13th was a whirlwind day, as they said about the Recycle Day, and thank you to everyone, once again, who worked it, helped, anybody who donated their stuff. I even saw a TV that looked like the first TV I had, and that was way back. And it was 2579, that's all you got. Somebody brought one of those in. And then the food drive, thank you to everyone for that. That was really amazing, the food that was collected. There are so many families that are in need with things going on the way they are in this world today, so I want to say just a shout out to everyone. Thank you. Barrington Square Wellness Day, that was a great event also. A lot of fun out there. The block party on Swindon. And then last but not least, happy birthday to Trustee Stanton, and happy anniversary to, okay, I'm going to do it right, State Rep Crespo. Trustee. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Gata.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not going to ad lib on all of these. I'm just going to start running through what the dates are. Tuesday, August 2nd, the National Night Out at Barrington Square, and then from there, we attended the Lincoln Prairie School National Night Out. And on Friday, the 5th, that with the mayor and Trustee Newell, the Eagle Court honor for Alexander Ademi. That was at the Savior United Church in Schaumburg. Saturday, the 6th, block party on Concord, we all heard. Wednesday, Schaumburg Regional Airport, that attended their meeting, and they were bringing up many different things that they're doing for the airport on a positive state. Then on the 13th, which was a World Day, right? We started out with the recycling, and there's no question about, as far as organizing it in a manner that everything was just falling into place, right? Nobody had to really and truly stay around there and wait at all. And I said I wasn't going to ad lib, right? Anyways, on the 13th, the Schaumburg Township Food Pantry, which we all were there. Then from there, we went on the Community Health Wellness. That was at Barrington Square. Then from there, we went to a block party on Swindon. And happy birthday to Trustee Stanton. And of course, congratulations to Trustee Crespo and his lovely wife.
You did it. You did it.
Oh, I did it also.
I've infected all of you.
That's because he used to sit right here, right, where Anna is sitting. That's all I have, Mayor. All right, that's it.
Thank you very much. Move on to C, Village Manager's Report.
Nothing to add, sir.
Okay, 6D, Village Clerk's Report.
Thank you, my pen. Just a couple of things. Cook County is still looking for election judges for the early voting and then for on Election Day. And I noticed today that the application for an absentee ballot is on Cook County's website. I printed some out too, so if somebody wants one, somebody hears about somebody wanting one, let me know, give me their address, I'll mail it out, or direct them to the Cook County Clerk website, and they could just apply for the ballot right there. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Clerk Romanoff. Move on to 6E, Treasurer's Report.
The village treasurer has prepared his report for the month of June, and it's ready for your review.
Chair would accept a motion to accept the treasurer's
So
report.
moved.
Second.
Are there any questions on the report? Seeing none, can you pull the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Palafis?
Aye.
Trustee Stanton? Trustee Gata?
Aye.
Trustee Vandenberg?
Aye.
Trustee Mills?
Aye.
Trustee Newell?
Aye.
Mayor McLeod?
Motion carried. Move on to 7, additional business. What's the will of the,
I'll try making a motion to approve by omnibus vote 7A through H.
Second.
motion, and there's a second. Are there any questions on this? All those in favor of the omnibus vote say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Now I'll take a motion.
I'll make the actual motion.
I'll second.
Motion a second. Any questions on any of these items? Seeing none, can you pull the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Palafis?
Aye.
Trustee Stanton?
Aye.
Trustee Gata?
Aye.
Trustee Vandenberg?
Aye.
Trustee Mills?
Aye.
Trustee Newell?
Aye.
Mayor McLeod?
Aye, motion carried. Move on to 8, adjournment. Chair to accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
There's a motion a second. Any questions or comments on that? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. We are adjourned. Thank you.